Hey everybody, Teresa here from Inspiration Cards, and I'm back again with our third card for this month's Stamp Jammies online card class. And this month I'm featuring the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. I'm super excited to share this card with you, so let's get started. So here's this week's card. This week I thought I would share a monochromatic card featuring the color that we've been using for most of our cards this month, the Blackberry Bliss. And you can also see I've got a little bit of the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper in here as well. So what you need for this week's card is, of course, a piece of the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper. And then the other cardstock pieces that you'll need a long piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And then we've got a large piece of Very Vanilla to go on the inside. And for the outside, I have a circular piece and two other pieces of Very Vanilla cardstock as well. So to start off, let's just fold this card base in half and get that nice crisp clean fold. My bone folder. There we go. And then for the large piece of Very Vanilla, this is going to go on the inside of the card. And I'm just going to stamp a little cluster of dragonflies in the bottom right-hand corner. So just stick that on your block. And here's our Blackberry Bliss ink. Here we go. And then next I'm going to stamp our phrase. So the thank you for your kindness fits really nicely on this piece here. You can swap it out for any phrase that you have. There we go. And again, just going to gently tap that on my ink pad. And center that as best I can. There we go. And then on our circular piece, that's where our dragonfly is going to go. Now I'm going to use the dragonfly that has the body outline as opposed to the dragonfly that has the body filled in. You can go with whichever one you like. And he's going to go just right there. Here we go. And for the wings, I'm just going to get this guy here. And this guy is designed to color in the wings, so to speak. And you don't have to worry about lining it up perfectly with this stamp because it won't fit in perfectly. So there we go. I'm going to give that a couple of minutes to dry. Blackberry Bliss ink is quite dark, so it takes a little bit of extra time to dry. All right, and the other piece that we need, so on our other piece of Very Vanilla, we're going to stamp the larger floral image. And because this isn't a full-size piece of Very Vanilla, I'm just going to ink this up part way. There we go. And I'm going to do it at varying heights, just to get a little bit of variety in here. And one more, and this guy will be kind of in between the height of the first and the second. There we go. All right, now I'm just going to give this a quick close. As you can see, still with only partially inking up my stamp, there's still a little bit on my mat. So just going to grab a baby wipe. So even though my youngest is now 8, these baby wipes still come in handy. So don't get rid of those. I use my leftover baby wipes for a lot of different stuff still. All right, so now that we've got all our pieces stamped, it's time to put it all together. So here's our Blackberry Bliss card base. And as I said, the larger piece of Very Vanilla is going to go on the inside. And I'm going to do that with my Stamp and Seal. So whether it's tape runner or whatever adhesive is kind of your go-to. And just center that as best as you can so you get a nice even border around the edge of your Very Vanilla. Go. And get that last bit of Blackberry Bliss ink off my fingers, hopefully. Go. All right. So now that we've got that in place, I'm going to grab our piece of Designer Series paper. And again, with my Stamp and Seal, I'm just going to get this onto the back of my paper. And the nice thing with this design is that I don't have to worry about which direction I need to put it, because whichever way you place it, it all looks the same. So I'm just going to line that up so I get a nice even border around these 3 edges. Here we go. And with our piece here, same thing. So just going to put some Stamp and Seal on the back there, and then just line that up with my Designer Series paper. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to leave my Dragonfly a little bit longer just to make sure he's thoroughly dry. So on our phrase, I'm going to add one of our ladybug trinkets. Oops, there we go. And you'll notice that on the back, there's a little bit of a cave in there, just a little bit of an indent. So what I like to do is I like to grab one of the mini dimensionals and just cut it in half. And so with whether it's your fingernail or whether it's a tool, just kind of shove that piece into your ladybug. There we go. And that'll go in that little spot right there. And then to add this on, I'm just going to grab a couple of dimensionals for the back. Nope. There we go. Let's try and actually put that on the back there. There we go. So with the Stampin' Dimensionals, you do have a little bit of time. I definitely do not encourage you testing that theory too much. There we go. And with our Dragonfly, again, just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back here. There we go. And again, just going to peel the back. There we go. And one more. There we go. And there's our card. So I do have one other sample to show you. So just like in past sessions, I always have another sample. So this one here, again, featuring the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. I did pair it with the thank you from the Free as a Bird. And I did a little bit of heat embossing with some silver embossing powder as well. Really love the effect that you get with the embossing, with the heat embossing, and it's super easy to do. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me for this week's class featuring the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. Next week, I'll be back to share our last card featuring this stamp set. Now, next month, I'm going to be featuring the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set in my Stamp Jammies online card class. The RSVP deadline for the full class kit has passed, but if you like, I'm still able to send out the card supplies that you would need for all the cards for just $25, and that includes shipping to anywhere in Canada. Outside of Canada, we just need to add a little bit extra shipping, and we're good to go. So I hope you'll join me for next month's Stamp Jammies online card classes. And in the meantime, you can check me out on my Facebook page at Inspiration Cards, where I share lots of different projects, and I share my projects from my blog, which is inspirationcards.com. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon.